Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to Welcome Grove Homestead. Nathan and I are heading out to do some chores. Our pig slop bucket got left out last night, so he's got like a pig slop bowl he's very carefully trying to carry.
It's got milk and a whole bunch of slops.
All right, be careful. Anyway, but today is a very special day because we have had our first birth on the farm. And there's a general air of impatience here in the goat pasture because I put off milking a little bit because when I came out this morning, Nimue was actually actively giving birth and I did not want to stress her out. But I did manage to catch footage of her giving birth on my phone. Check it out, guys. It's like really not common to be able to see a rabbit give birth. So here you go, you get to actually see a baby rabbit being born. How cool was that? Actually getting to see a rabbit being born. That was, it felt very special, very privileged to me to be out here and to witness it and to have it be part of, I mean, it's the very first birth on our new homestead. So that's pretty significant. Huh, Audrey?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to see them.
Audrey wants to see the babies. Why don't we get our milking done?
And then see them after?
And then we can take a look at them. Methinks that the ladies are a little impatient. They're saying, hey, you're late. I know, we're late. Let's get going. Okay, so now we can take a look at the nest full of babies that Nimue gave us this morning. And Guinevere started pulling her fur out just a little bit ago. She's stopped for now, but I'm guessing that some point today she'll have her babies. But here's Nimue's. Look at these little babies. That's only a couple, the rest of them are back there. Should we count them?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's count.
1. Oh, he's so cute. 1, 2, 3.
Ooh, I got 2. 4, 5. 6, 7. Oh, those ones are little.
8. Ooh, this one has pink spots on it. Pink.
9.
Oh, it's so cute.
And here's number 10. 10. Yep, 10 babies. Good job, Nimue.
That's a lot of babies for one little rabbit.
Alright, so we'll get them all back in there. Now there was one that she did have down on the wire. And it's lucky I came out here and checked on her when I did, because that baby was already starting to get a little cold.
Aww.
So, now some people say, you know, never touch baby rabbits. The mom won't take care of them. This is Nimwe's third litter now. I always count the babies the day of birth and make sure they've eaten. I saw her giving birth to these guys, so I'll probably not worry about checking for milk bellies until tonight, because
Their eyes are so...
she needed a break.
Their eyes are closed, see?
Yeah.
I wish that they could open their eyes so we could hold them
But-
already.
My does know me, they trust me, they're familiar with my scent and Audrey's scent. So handling the babies has not ever been an issue. They're familiar with us and our scent, so it doesn't bother them to have it on their babies. Well, that's exciting. 10 babies for our first birth on the farm.
Yeah.
Pretty exciting. And then Guinevere should be popping at some point today. I'll be checking back in on her pretty frequently just to check on her progress and see
If there's any babies on the cage.
if she drops any on the wire. That's right. So,
And I sound like a robot when talking into this.
yes, that does happen when you talk into a fan. Anyway, we gotta go get this milk filtered.
Yep.
Hey everybody, I'm heading out for the evening milking. It has actually been quite a day. We have had some pretty high highs. I mean, we had our first birth. We hit our 10,000 subscriber mark today. Oh my gosh, that was wow, just amazing. And I can't believe that we've gotten here in just 2 years. But we've also had a pretty low today. We also had our first death on the farm today. Hello, puppies. Hello, puppies. Oh, and Miss Bindi hanging out with her goats. Now, I want to preface this by saying I take full responsibility for what happened. I kind of had a feeling about what the right thing to do was, and my own inexperience and hesitancy ended up being a big mistake. So let's get this stuff put down so it'll stop clanking and I can talk about it. So earlier in this video, Nimue gave birth to 10 healthy babies, and the day got pretty warm and she was done, but I didn't know, because I've never actually witnessed a rabbit giving birth, I wasn't sure exactly what the rule is on when they nurse them after delivery. Most animals, they need to nurse right away, and because I had not yet seen her nurse, I was hesitant to remove the nest. Because I just didn't know how soon after delivery she would need to nurse them. I didn't know if they would be okay until an evening feeding. I just didn't know. But my gut told me that I should have taken the nest inside, because generally rabbits only need to nurse their babies once or twice a day. So I thought, well, I should just take them inside until it cools off, but I don't know if she needs to nurse them sooner than that. So I ended up leaving the nest in there. And it was a mistake. I had to go to the store, so we were gone for a few hours. I checked on everybody before we left, and it was warm, and I spread the babies out in the nest to try and keep them cooler. But unfortunately, when we got home, 2 of the babies had passed away. And so I'm feeling absolutely dreadful that this happened, because there's a series of mistakes that I have made that led up to this, between not removing the nest and even just the timing of the breeding. But part of that is being unfamiliar with the area. I wasn't sure how the weather works exactly here, and I thought that maybe we would squeeze it in before the heat hit, and unfortunately I was wrong. I mean, of course I knew it was going to be warm, I just didn't know how warm it was going to be. So unfortunately that was a mistake. So surprisingly, I did just check on Nimue a few minutes ago, and she's doing okay. She's keeping cool. She's doing all right. But when I like kind of saw behind her on her tile that there was a blood smear, and I was like, why is there a blood smear there? But then right behind her was an 11th baby, and that had not been there a few hours ago before we left for the store. So she must have had some sort of stalled labor. I don't know if it ever lived. It was dead, but it was enormous. So that was surprising. I don't know what the story is with that one. I don't know if it was born alive, but I mean, it was really big. But I know that the two that died in the heat are my fault, and I feel absolutely terrible, but it would be, at least at this point in the video making process, it would be very easy for me to just go back and erase everything and just say, oh yeah, she had 8 healthy babies, and just not even say anything. But I'm a very strong advocate for sharing mistakes and learning from them. And this was a mistake. I 100% acknowledge that it was a mistake, from the timing of the breeding to not removing the nest. It's been one mistake, and I feel terrible about it, and but I don't want to hide it. I don't want to hide my mistakes just to make our channel, or to make myself look better or look good or look like I know what I'm doing. I mean, I've only been breeding rabbits for about a year, and you can't possibly see everything in a year. And then I moved to a new location with a new climate, and I'm still trying to work out some kinks of my setup here. Like, I know that I would really like to get some misters in here to help keep the rabbits cooler, but there is no water supply to this barn yet. And so I have to try and figure out a way to do that, and to do it cost effectively. Because setting up a new homestead and a new farm, it's a very big financial investment, and so we can't always do all the little things that we want to do right away. And so we're doing the best that we can with the knowledge that we have. I'm trying to gain more knowledge, and I mean, I did today. It's not our first loss, but it is our first loss due to a mistake that I have made as it pertains to the rabbits. So it's rough. I feel terrible, but on another note, it is what it is, and we still have 8 healthy babies that I have to keep alive. So, moving forward, it is supposed to cool off. Today was supposed to be the last 90-degree day for a while. It's supposed to cool down, and I think that they will be fine. I removed some hair from the nest, some fur from the nest, and I'm just going to really closely monitor them, and if I feel that they're getting too warm, then I'm planning on just taking them in during the day, and definitely taking them in on some of those really warmer days. As the babies get bigger and they're able to kind of move around on their own and get away from each other, because it's just that big massive body heat is really, it's a benefit when it's cold, but it's a detriment when it's hot. So, but at this point, the plan is just to monitor them really closely and act accordingly. I'm really sorry to throw in such a downer when this should be really a positive and a great celebration type of video, but I just want to be 100% honest with my channel, and I just didn't feel like it would be right to be completely like, oh yay, all day, and then like fess up to a mistake tomorrow. It's honestly, it's been a day of highs and a day of lows. So that's what it is. So now I've got to get to my evening milking, but when I'm done, I'm going to sit David down and we're going to have a talk about the video that went up today. So Guinevere has been kindling while we were milking, and one of the babies I thought was dead. I saw it move. It had afterbirth like stuck to its face, and
we're trying to bring it to live. It's trying really hard. I hear it.
I'm hearing an air exchange. Don't know yet if we've got this one like out of the woods. But she did birth one on the wire, so it's lucky that we were here.
Yeah, I came over to see, has she had her babies yet? And I saw one on the wire. I'm like, oh, there's a baby on the wire.
So
it was right here in the front.
She does have 2 stillborns, one that was underdeveloped for sure, so it's been dead in the womb for a little while. This one's breathing now.
It's trying really hard. Maybe you can do it.
Oh, a squeak. That's good. Come on, baby. Well, he's breathing now, so I'll see if we can...
I think she's about to have another one.
I don't know. Well, it definitely was a day of highs and a day of lows.
It was.
It really was. But that was very surprising having that one baby. The footage that we got last night, Guinevere was popping out babies, and one baby we thought was dead moved, and we managed to actually revive it.
Literally saved its life. So it could be a bouncing baby bunny. Bouncing baby bunny.
We're gonna have to go check it and see if it survived the night, but that's for the next video, I think.
Thank you all so much for your overwhelming response in that last video about us doing it live. And that's super exciting. It sounds like we're gonna have a lot of you joining in with us, and for that we are super stoked to be able to share just the immediate first thing off the top of our head, which is not always I'll say the smartest or most thought out comment. I have one of these things called a mouth that moves faster than my brain sometimes.
Oh,
so you're gonna get literally the real David,
the unedited
and unedited Amanda, and honestly, you get that usually anyway. But we try to be real. But with that said, the date for you to pencil in, we haven't got a specific time. That'll come in a later video, but it will be this coming Saturday, which is the 2nd of July. So since we haven't given you a time, we can give you a window. It'll likely be in the afternoon. Can't tell you if it's Eastern or Pacific, so just mark off from like 12 Pacific to midnight Eastern, and you'll be good. I'm sure that'll...
We will definitely get an updated time and date for you guys.
But definitely on the 2nd of July, so it'll be sometime in the afternoon in Pacific and evening Eastern. So
yeah.
Yay!
Very exciting. 10,000 subscribers officially.
Officially. Wow, it's amazing. This one, she is your country nerd with a goat herd, saying,
you can grow where you're planted.